Today's moment of hope comes from Psalm 37. David writes this psalm, and it's at a time when he's quite old at this time. We see in verse 25, he says, I was young and now I am old, yet I have never seen the righteousness forsaken of their children begging for bread. So we see that David is at a time where he's quite older in his years, and we do consider this psalm to be one of those psalms that is impactful because of its wisdom that it shares to the people of Israel. It's more of an encouragement that David gives to them because they are going through this phase in this time where they keep thinking about this reoccurring thought that why is it that the wicked are prospering but they are suffering? They're going through this moment of time where they're going through this phase and thinking of why is it that they are serving the Lord, but it seems like each and every time they're not getting to a place of being successful, of enjoying the prosperous fruits of the land. And so David reiterates twice that those that are in the Lord will inherit the land. It's interesting because you see that this is a different side of David when we look at the psalm, because we can see he's been through a couple of things in life. We understand that through everything that has happened, he pins this down and lets people know about everything that possibly can happen, and it brings a specific truth to what you might be dealing with as time goes on, as life goes further. David comes and he encourages the Israelites, he encourages Judah to say that they need to keep waiting on the Lord. He keeps echoing that thought that they need to wait on the Lord. That yes, it's difficult for you to see that there's people that might not even be serving the Lord, but keep waiting on the Lord. Yes, they might be getting the jobs, or maybe they even squandering all of their prosperity, and it seems like they just keep getting more, and it seems like you getting less. David still says, keep waiting on the Lord. And maybe this morning you sit in a situation similar to that. Maybe you sit in a situation where you've accepted Jesus into your life, you've accepted God, you serve God, you tithe, you worship, you read the Bible, you pray, and you look around and you see that even the wicked are prospering except you. You see it in your own way, and you think to yourself that why are you even doing this? Why is it that everyone else is perhaps prospering except you? And I want to encourage you today that keep waiting on the Lord. Like I mentioned a lot of times, waiting doesn't mean doing nothing. Waiting means waiting for the appropriate time when God will break through while you are doing something. Right? We catch that? So even though we are going through moments, and there's times in our lives where we might be looking around, and sometimes, let's be honest, we might even be envious of certain people and say, wow, but look at how they're moving in life and look at me. And then I want to remind you that this is not even a race, but this is a marathon. That as you are continuing journeying with God, that God will open doors when doors need to be opened, and when they open, no man can shut them. And so you just need to be encouraged by that. That while you are waiting, keep growing your faith in God. While you are waiting, keep growing your skills in whatever you need to grow them into. While you are waiting, keep developing the person that you are, and allow God to show you the new avenues He wants to take you into, so that His name might be glorified, but also so that you will see the success that God can do in your life. You see, at the end of the psalm, we get to see that God promises that the reward that He has in store at the end will be worthwhile more than any kind of success that any person could ever accumulate. You see, and that is the encouragement I want to share with you today. That even though you may be going through a moment where you are thinking to yourself, how am I going to get through these difficult times? Just know that the reward that we will have going into eternal glory with Jesus Christ, because of salvation, because we have turned away from our sinful ways, we get to spend an eternity with a crown with Jesus Christ. And this morning, be encouraged that this is not the end, that there's a heavenly reward in store, and that Jesus has a plan and purpose for your life. God bless you.